Today's story.
If you fellas think the Indian Post Office is the best place to camp, you don't know much. The best place is over on the top of Lover's Leap. There are all kinds of things to do there, and plenty of dry wood, too. Another good place is by the big spring. Just ask me, I know all the best places.
Yeah, you always know everything.
Well, of course I do. And that's why I said the Indian Post Office is no place for us to go camping. In the first place, it's just not the...
You're out of order, Greg.
I'd be out of order if I let you go camping on the Indian Post Office without telling you why it's no good. As I was saying, in the first place, it's not the type of
Greg,
place
you
that
didn't have permission to speak, so please sit down until the chair recognizes you.
But, Mr. President, I'm just trying to save us a lot of worry and headaches when we get to the Indian Post Office and you realize what it really is.
Greg.
Well, I'm just trying to help the club.
Greg, sit down.
Hi there, boys and girls. This is Uncle Dan.
And I'm Aunt Carol. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Story Hour session.
As you heard in our opening, it sounds like Greg needs to make some changes if he wants to be liked.
You're right. No one likes to be around a person who constantly interrupts and who thinks he knows all the answers.
Greg's going to be very unpopular unless he makes some major changes in his behavior.
Well, let's see if he learns how to get along with people in today's story, Greg and the Runaway Tractor.
And so, members of the Centerville Outdoor and Camping Club will go to Indian Post Office for our camp out.
I've been camping more than you other fellas, and I know the best camping places. And I tell
What
you
do you
that...
care where we go on a camp out? You're not going.
I'm not going. I am too going.
There's our bicycle camp out. You don't have a bicycle.
Well, I'm going to borrow one.
You know the club rules as well as anyone. You know you have to go on these campouts on your own bike.
Well, I'll get one.
Well, if you get your own bike, you can go along. But we're going to Indian Post Office whether you like it or not. Club dismissed.
Dad, can I have a bicycle?
A bicycle?
I got to have a bike.
Oh, bicycles cost lots of money, son.
Yeah, I know, Dad, but I need one.
You need a bicycle? You? What for?
I could go places fast. To school, to town, the store, camping, everywhere. Oh, please, Dad.
We can't afford one right now, Greg.
But the club is going camping, and I can't go unless I have a bike. My own bike.
When you learn how to ride a bicycle, I'll get you one.
But I can ride a bicycle, Dad. Well, you know I can.
I don't mean just get on it and ride. I mean know the rules of safety and obey them. You go too fast. You weave in and out among cars and traffic. You don't seem to realize there are other people on the streets with rights the same as you.
I promise to be more careful, Dad.
We'll see.
Then I can have a bike?
We'll see, I said.
But I got to have one right away. The club's going on a camp out next week, and I just got to have a bike so I can go too.
Now look, son, I said we'll see.
But the camp out, Dad.
Another word of argument out of you, son, you won't get a bicycle. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. Now, go to the store like your mother asked you to.
Yes, sir.
Son. Hey, Greg, wake up.
What do you want?
Get up, son.
Dad, I'm still sleepy.
What day is this, boy?
Tuesday, isn't it?
It's also the 5th of the month. Your birthday.
I don't care. I'm sleepy.
Now, there's something for you downstairs. A surprise birthday gift.
What is it,
Now,
Dad?
you get up, come on down, and see.
Okay, Dad, as soon as I get dressed. Oh.
Happy birthday
Whoa.
to you. Happy birthday, dear Greg. Happy birthday to you.
A bike, a bicycle, it's super. And a horn and everything.
And lights, son, see?
Oh, Dad, it's the best bike I ever saw. Thanks a lot,
Now, you
Dad.
thank your mother and sister, too. We all gave it to you.
Oh, thanks, everybody. All of you, thanks a lot.
Now, there are just 2 restrictions, son. Do not ride it on the streets with heavy traffic.
Oh, okay, Dad, I won't.
And secondly, you are not to ride it on those high trails.
Well, I know my way around, and I won't ride anywhere where it's dangerous.
Now, you want to keep this bicycle?
Okay.
I mean every word, son. Ride busy streets or high trails, and I'll take the bike away from you.
Well, I said I wouldn't.
Now, son, listen to me. Your know-it-all attitude will get you into trouble. Stay off those busy streets and don't ride those trails. Well, son, how are you and your new bike coming along?
Oh, it's dandy, Dad.
Staying off busy streets?
Just like you said, Dad.
Well, son, I see there are no scratches on your new bike.
No, sir. I'm taking good care of it.
Glad to hear that, son. Maybe at last you're changing for the better. Well, son, what have you got in mind for today?
Well, I'm going riding on my bike right now.
So early in the morning?
Sure.
Well, just stay off the busy streets and the high trails.
Yes, sir.
Well, I gotta get to work. You know, I do believe you've turned over a new leaf. I hope so. The know-it-all boy you used to be wasn't a very likable one.
Yes, sir.
Well, I gotta get to work. So long, son.
So long, Dad. I know how to ride a bike, and I don't need anyone to tell me. I can ride in traffic as well as anyone else, and I'm gonna show them. This is fun, dodging in and out among the cars. That fella thought he was gonna hit me. Well, I got just as much right out here as any of those old cars. Whew, that was close. But I ain't scared. No one's gonna tell me how to ride a bike or where to ride. I'm not chicken. Oh! 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 My leg.
Stand back. Give us some room here. All right, stand back. All right, stand back further, folks. Give the ambulance room to get close.
I don't need the ambulance.
You all right, boy?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I was riding my bike when some car hit me. Purposely, too.
Officer, it was my car that hit the kid. He dodged right in front of me. He didn't have a ghost of a chance to stop.
Well, what about it, boy?
Oh, I know how to ride a bike. I was riding like anyone else. I got just as much right on the street as he has.
Of course you have, son, of course, if you obey all the traffic laws.
Well, I wasn't doing anything.
Were you obeying all the traffic laws?
Yes. Yes, I was.
When you changed lanes, did you signal a change? You see, son, you do have the right to be on this street, but only if you obey all the laws that all other users on this street obey. Understand?
I wasn't doing anything.
I see. Maybe you're one of those know-it-alls who won't listen to reason. Well, we'll just have to talk to your father. Come along.
Thank you very much, officer. I'll take care of it. I assure you. Son, you go on home. I'll talk to you later. Well, son, what have you to say for yourself?
I wasn't doing anything wrong.
You were riding in heavy traffic in direct disobedience to my orders.
Well, I was on my way to a club meeting.
That early in the morning?
Well, I have as much right to ride on that street as anyone else. That man should have looked where he was going.
Oh, you won't listen to anyone, will you? You know all the answers. You know everything. Well, answer this. Where is the money coming from to pay for that wrecked bicycle and the repairs to that man's fender? Huh? Well, I'll answer it. And for once, you're going to listen. You're going to work and earn the money.
Oh, Dad.
Tomorrow morning, you're going out to your Uncle Bill's farm and work hard, too.
But Dad, tomorrow there's a special meeting to plan the club's last camp out.
Well, you won't be there or at the camp out. You'll be on the farm working.
Oh, Dad, work on the farm all summer? Oh, I'll listen after this, Dad. Honestly, I will.
Yeah, I think you'll listen to your Uncle Bill. You'll listen and obey him all summer long. Well, I'll leave him in your hands, Bill. Remember, he's to obey you the same as your own son, Lance. Punish him just as you would Lance if he doesn't obey.
Oh, we'll get along all right. Greg, Lance, and me. Now, just don't fret none about it.
He's a stubborn boy. He has a mind of his own. He won't listen to anybody.
Well, the country's a good place to take that kind of thing out of a person. Country and hard work sort of mellows a person, as it were. Just go back to your city and leave Greg to me.
Greg, wake up. Wake up.
What?
Won't any good to turn over. It's time to get up.
It isn't even daylight yet.
Hey, you coming out by yourself or do I have to pull you out? Mom's pancakes won't wait.
Oh, you mean you eat breakfast while it's still night out?
It's morning and breakfast time here in the country. You coming?
All right.
Hey, where's Greg? I thought you went upstairs to wake him up.
I did. He said he'd be right down.
Here he comes now, dear.
Good morning, Greg.
Morning.
Sit down, Greg. Eat a hearty breakfast and you'll soon feel better. Here, these pancakes will put a little life in your blood and sparkles in your eyes.
Greg, you're 10 minutes late. Tomorrow morning you'll be on time or you'll get no breakfast. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Also, you'll take directions from Lance. Now, he's running this farm this summer while we're building a new barn. He'll teach you, and if you're smart, you'll listen. Now, eat your breakfast. There's chores and work to be done.
The first thing each morning, you'll feed the calves. You give them the exact amount I tell you to. No more, no less.
I'm not gonna have you telling me what to do. You're only 1 year older than me. And I don't need you to teach me things anyway. I already know as much as you, maybe more.
You heard what Dad said.
Yeah, but I don't have to take orders from a kid no older than me.
You'd better, if you're going to work here this summer.
I'll go home right now.
Wish you would.
No, I can't. That'll make me stay.
Well, listen to what I tell you.
I'll listen, but I don't have to do it.
Well, that's up to you. Now, first, let me warn you not to go near Red. She's the cow out there in the pasture lot. She just had a calf. And when she has a calf, she's mean and dangerous.
I'm not afraid of her. I ain't afraid of anything.
You don't know Red. She'll ruin you.
Not me, she won't.
That's what you think.
I'll prove it.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm gonna prove that I'm not afraid of Red, and you can't stop me either.
I'm not even going to try.
Greg jumped over the gate and walked toward Red in the pasture lot. The way Red came toward him, Greg knew she meant business, and he turned to run. But his foot caught on an old root and he fell. He jumped up and raced for the gate.
Quick, jump over the gate. I'll keep Red away with this pitchfork.
We'll find out if Greg's okay in just a moment. But first, we want to have a word with all you moms, dads, and teachers.
You know that your children like listening to our stories.
And you know that kids like listening to their favorite stories over and over.
And you know that repetition is a good learning tool.
And you know that your story hour produces great character-building stories.
Stories about people who've made a positive difference in our world.
Stories that make history come alive.
Stories that show the results of both bad and good choices.
Stories that encourage, challenge, and motivate your kids to do their best.
Stories that help them appreciate the rewards of virtue and morality.
Stories that uplift good old role models for them to emulate.
But are you aware of the fact that we have hundreds of these stories ready to download or available in CD albums for home and school use?
Either way, your children can listen to stories during quiet times in the classroom.
Or while they go to sleep at night.
Or when they're working on art projects, playing with Legos.
Or while they're cleaning their room or washing dishes.
Or while they're stuck in bed recovering from the flu.
Or while they're traveling in a car, bus, plane, or train, or maybe even the space shuttle someday.
Well, anyway, many teachers and homeschooling parents tell us they're a great asset in the classroom as well as in the home.
Now, if you'd like to find stories on a particular subject, the search engine on our homepage makes it simple to select stories to go along with your curriculum.
Each story is cross-referenced for the character trait it deals with, as well as with the historical event or persons involved.
So this is your personal invitation to visit our website at yourstoryhour.org, click on products, and see for yourself.
That's yourstoryhour.org.
Now, if you don't have access to the web, you can call or write us for a free catalog.
Our address is Your Story Hour, Box 8, Niles, Niles, Michigan, 49120. That's Your Story Hour, Box 8, Niles, Michigan, 49120.
And our toll-free number is 1-800-987-7879. That's 1-800-987-7879.
If you happen to call after regular office hours and reach our answering machine, please spell out your last name and your street address. It really helps us.
Now, let's get back to our story. Greg and the Runaway Tractor. Greg Martin, a city boy, has gone to his Uncle Bill's farm to work during the summer. His cousin Lance has been designated to teach Greg about the farm and farm work. The very first morning, Greg went against Lance's advice and jumped the fence to prove that he wasn't afraid of Red, a mean cow. Seconds later...
Quick, jump over the gate. I'll keep Red away with this pitchfork. Look, blood. There's a big gash in your leg.
It isn't anything.
You're plain lucky and you don't deserve it. Go to the house and Mom will disinfect the leg for you.
It isn't anything, I tell you.
Go ahead and be a dummy if that's where you want it. You may end up with a badly infected leg.
Good morning, Aunt Minnie and Uncle Bill.
You're late for breakfast.
I got up as soon as Lance called me.
I called you half an hour ago.
Maybe I fell asleep again. The pancakes sure smell good.
They are good.
Pass me some, please.
I told you yesterday morning, remember? There'd be no breakfast for you today if you were late. In this instance, in every instance, I mean exactly what I say. Now, you have two courses open to you. You can go back upstairs to bed, and I'll call your father, and he can come and get you. Or you can go out to the barn and do the chores Lance taught you yesterday. Now, which will it be?
I'm hungry.
Well, of course you are. And the quickest way for you to get something to eat is to go back up to bed. When your father comes, he'll probably let you eat. However, what's he going to say to you for not following instructions? On the other hand, if you go out and do the chores and work like you should, you'll be surprised how quickly dinner time will roll around.
We have fried chicken every Wednesday, and Mom sure knows how to fry chicken.
Now make your choice. No one's going to force you into anything.
I'll go out and feed the calves. Tain't fair. All I did was lay in bed a few minutes. I wish Dad would come and get me. No, he'd whip me and I'd never get to have another bite. I think I'll kill all these cows and calves. Then I guess Uncle Bill would be sorry. But then I wouldn't get any dinner, and I'm awfully hungry. I have to do all the hard work, while all Lance does is sit on that tractor. That's fun. Wish I knew how to run a tractor. I can run one if Lance can. I'm as old as he is, almost, and Get out of the way, chick, so I can get that egg. Why doesn't Lance feed the calves and gather the eggs and things like that and let me run the tractor? He just thinks I can't. He thinks he's smarter than me. I'll show him.
Later that day, Greg saw Lance stop the tractor and leave it while he went to get a drink of water from the well in the pump house. Quickly, Greg ran to the tractor.
This is an easy seat. All these levers and buttons. Oh, if I knew which one to push, I could cultivate this corn as well as Lance.
So Greg pushed first this button and that lever. Suddenly, the tractor roared to life. With a jerk, the tractor started down the road.
This is easy. Like nothing. No more feeding calves for me. I'm gonna drive this tractor.
He drove too fast, and without looking where he was going, the cultivator uprooted many hills of corn. Before he knew it, he was at the end of the row.
What'll I do now? Turn it. Like this. Oh, what was that?
A sudden swerve around the end had caused the cultivator to get caught on a stone, breaking the hitch in the cultivator.
Something broke. Guess I better stop. I wonder which one of these gadgets stops the tractor. I'll push all of them.
But the tractor raced on, zigging and zagging through the standing corn. Back and forth across the field went Greg on the runaway tractor. Every minute he became more and more frightened and wished with all his heart that he was back in the barn feeding those calves.
Greg, what are you doing?
I can't get this tractor stopped.
I'll stop it for you. Move your foot so I'll have a place to jump on. There. See how easy it is?
Yeah, but you knew how.
Ah, exactly. I knew how, you didn't. If you'd listen to people, you'd soon learn how to do things. But you gotta listen and learn.
Oh, I just got excited.
I'll tell you what you really did. You ruined Dad's prize corn. You're worse than a cyclone. And where's the cultivator?
Back there?
You broke it, huh? Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Go get Dad.
Should I go with you or stay here?
I don't care what you do.
I guess there are a few things I don't know. Maybe I should listen to people, at least once in a while.
The hitch is broken too badly to be repaired.
What'll we do, Dad?
Take it to the repair shop. They probably won't be able to do the work before next week.
But I wanted to finish cultivating your prize corn by tomorrow night.
Don't worry about it, son.
Anything I can do to help?
Lance, go get the pickup. We'll load the cultivator and you can take it into the shop.
Uncle Bill and Lance did not ask Greg to help them load the broken cultivator into the pickup, nor to go to the repair shop with Lance. Greg watched as Lance drove off to town. He watched Uncle Bill as he climbed up on the barn roof where he was laying shingles.
Huh. Easy. Like nothing. When you know how. But me, a stupid know-it-all that doesn't know anything. How dumb can a fella get? As dumb as I am. That's how much.
No one said a word to Greg at the dinner table. Lance was planning the afternoon's work with his dad and asking how to do things that he wasn't quite sure of. As they got up from the table, Aunt Minnie said, "Greg, I need some strawberries for shortcake."
Oh, don't let him pick them, Mom, or there won't be a shortcake. He picked the green ones. He isn't smart enough to know the difference.
Lance.
I'll pick the strawberries, Aunt Minnie. Lance is right. I'm not smart. I'm a know-it-all. A stupid know-it-all. Too smart to listen. That's me. Here are the strawberries, Aunt Minnie.
Thank you, Greg.
Are they, are they picked all right?
Look all right to me.
Is there anything else I can do for you, Aunt Minnie?
Well, I would like some new potatoes if you think you can dig them without cutting them with the spade.
Oh, if you showed me how, I'm sure I can, Aunt Minnie. Here are the potatoes, Aunt Minnie.
You did fine, Greg.
Anything else I can do, Aunt Minnie?
No, but you can let me dress that leg again and rest it until tomorrow morning.
Okay, Aunt Minnie.
That night after supper, Greg limped out to the front porch.
Uncle Bill, I want to talk to you.
Fine, son, fine. Sit down.
I found something out, Uncle Bill, and I want to tell you.
Yeah, I'm listening, Greg.
Well, I didn't know it before, but I found out that I'm dumb. I thought I knew more than anyone, but I don't know anything, and I'll do whatever you say all summer to pay for fixing that cultivator I broke. And if you'll just give me another chance.
I thought you were here to pay for that wrecked bicycle and the man's fender.
I was, but I want to pay you for your cultivator, too. And Uncle Bill, I'm sorry I ruined your prize corn.
Oh, well, it didn't ruin beyond repair. It's rather late in the season, but tomorrow you can hand plant where the cultivator dug out the rows. I'll show you how. Think you can learn?
I can try to learn how.
That's the stuff, and you can learn.
And I'll feed the calves and do everything else just like Lance showed me how. And Uncle Bill, if you'll just give me another chance, I'll learn to do everything just right.
That's the spirit, my boy. That's the spirit.
Breakfast is ready. Come and get it, everyone.
Morning, Aunt Minnie, Uncle Bill,
good
Lance.
morning.
On time, man.
Yep, and I'm never gonna be late again. I doing, Lance?
So well that Dad told me to teach you how to run the hay baler.
Really?
Yeah, today, right after dinner.
Here, chick, 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 chick.
As soon as you finish feeding the chickens, I have something for you to do.
Okay, Lance, what?
You're going to town with me in the pickup. And Dad told me to start teaching you how to drive it.
The pickup? Me? Drive it?
That's what Dad said. He thinks you'll be careful and do just as you're told to do.
I sure will.
There she is, Greg, all ready to go to work.
I wish I could drive a tractor.
Don't you think you could?
Oh, no. I'm not smart enough for that.
You think you could learn?
I don't think so.
Or would you like to learn?
Well, if I could drive a tractor, I think I'd be about the happiest person in the whole world.
Hop on. Go ahead, hop on the tractor.
What for?
I'm going to teach you how to drive it. That is, if you'll listen carefully and do just as I say. Will you?
Will I? Say, I found out that it's smart to listen.
What are you grinning at?
I was just thinking how surprised Mr. Jim, the president and director of the camping club, is going to be when he finds out how different I am.
I'm glad things worked out for Greg, but one thing is still troubling me.
What's that, Uncle Dan?
Well, being an old farm boy myself, I think Uncle Bill should have gotten the veterinarian out there to take care of the cow.
Whatever for, Uncle Dan? Greg was the one who got hurt. The cow was fine. Why would you think she needed a vet?
Oh, it's not that the cow got hurt. She needed to see the vet because she was so moody.
She was so moody?
Yeah, you know, moody like down in the dumps one minute and jumping over the moon the next.
Oh, Uncle Dan, that's really awful. I can't believe you snuck that riddle in.
I thought it was pretty good myself. See if you like this one any better. What did the farmer give his sick pig?
I'm sure I have no idea. What did he give his sick pig?
Oh, he gave him some ointment.
Ointment. Oh, Uncle Dan, that's worse than moody.
Okay, then, what does the farmer call a steer that he borrowed?
I'm afraid to guess. Just tell me.
He called it a stereo.
A stereo? I don't get it.
Well, I said he was a borrowed steer.
Yes.
Which means he'd have to return it.
Yes.
Which made it a steer-he-o.
Oh, Uncle Dan, that's the worst riddle I have ever heard.
But you're laughing, Aunt Carol.
I can't help myself. Just where did you get these riddles?
Oh, I don't recall. I've known him for a long time.
Well, boys and girls, I think it's time for you to supply Uncle Dan with some new riddles.
Now, that's a good idea. Send them to me at Your Story Hour, Box 8, Niles, Niles, Michigan, 49120. That's Box 8, Niles, Michigan, 49120. I'll be looking forward to adding several good ones to my collection.
I'll be looking forward to them, too.
And we'll be looking forward to visiting with you again soon.
Goodbye, everyone.
Keep smiling.
And remember, we love you.
This has been Your Story Hour, building for a better tomorrow.
This is Aunt Carol.
And Uncle Dan saying,
Goodbye, everyone. See you again next time.